Good morning, fellow Cameroonians at home and abroad. This is Capo Daniel, Chairman of PRAP. Today, Vladimir Putin, the President of Russia, have congratulated Paul Biya for the result of the elections, despite everybody knowing that these elections was rigged. So I want you to know, despite this, there are more important things that I want to point to you so that this does not overshadow it, including playing to you the speech of Issa Tchiroma, which is very, very powerful. But I want you to understand that there is a remarkable silence of the international community regarding these elections in Cameroon, which you must know so that you are not deceived by this message that is coming from Putin, from the Kremlin, and those who have been waving Russian flag all along, lobbying me to support Russia, should now see the result of that and how I was right about that. But I want you to know that neighboring countries like Nigeria, like Chad and Central African Republic, including France, have not congratulated Paul Biya. And that tells us that the international community does not see this election as a credible victory for Paul Biya. They have clearly witnessed the fraud, the rigging of the election, observing from all what we have seen on social media that it is clearly Issa Tchiroma, the winner of this election, and the world knows it. They know, as we know, as it is evident for everybody to see, that the will of the Cameroonian people have been compromised by the system, by the ELECAM, by the Constitutional Council. They have compromised the will of the Cameroonian people. This silence of the international community from not issuing congratulation message from Paul Biya is a powerful message that must not be overlooked. The world cannot be fooled, and neither should we be fooled or be deceived. Even if the worst comes to the worst, the truth must be established. So Russia, congratulations to Paul Biya, is nothing more than a dictatorship's wing. Now, I want to address this issue of Russia because there is a lot of misconception about it in Africa as a whole. The idea that Russia can be a liberator. No. The exception being the president of Burkina Faso, who is a person who loves his own people. Many Africans have been led to believe that because Russia helped overthrow some dictatorship in Northern Africa, it means that Russia stands for our African freedom. No. Let us be clear. Russia acts in its own interest. The liberation of the Northern African state was specifically designed to stop the pipeline that was extending from West Africa into Europe through Morocco. And we all know that. But we see that even dictators like the president in Burkina Faso has acted in the interest of his own people. So there is no excuse for African leaders. But I must make this very clear. Russians, they seek to control resources, pipelines, in their geopolitical war against the West. They are not there to help us. They are not there to bring true democracy, which is what Africans want. We want democracy. We want free and fair election. They do not give freedom. Russia do not give freedom to their own people. Why would we think that it is going to help us to get freedom? No. There is no democracy that has been established by Russia or any free country that has been established by Russia. No. Their support to Biya prove that they are in favor of dictatorship. They are in favor of whatever is going to be good for business for them and their war against the West. We must be wise. And those who have lobbied me tirelessly, even the people of the Ague of Sea, they used to push the issue of Russia too much. And I bring the reservation based on facts and their statements that they have made. And today we should know that. We should know that and put that behind us. Okay. Yes, we are often disappointed by Western countries. I know that. Western countries, the America, the European Union, have always disappointed us because they always choose stability in Africa over the fight for true and real democracy that is going to empower our own people, grassroots people. But let us not forget that these countries, the Western countries, despite their flaws, have preserved democratic values in their own countries. And that is a hope for us to think that we can get democracy from them. If we want Cameroon where free elections and self-governance are possible, we must look to true democratic systems, not authoritarian ones. In other words, we must not be seduced by the mirage of quick fixes from dictatorships like Russia, Vladimir Putin, and the rest, and including China. We must not be fooled by those. We should not be seduced by those quick fixes and allow our public to be misled. And I am very glad that this thing is out there so that Cameroonians can see Vladimir Putin for who he is and see Russia for who they are. So with this, we should put it behind and let's focus now in what truly matters so that our people can get past this nonsense. This is our moment in Cameroon. This is a moment for Cameroon. Issa Tchiroma and all we have believed in a free Cameroonian must take advantage. Issa Tchiroma must take advantage right now of the international community's silence. There is a big silence across the board. African Union have made a statement which is ridiculous. We expect them to always do that stupid things. But France have made a statement. Amnesty International have made a statement. All of them are calling for Cameroon to respect the right of protesters. That says a lot. It is a sign that the war is open for a different path. But it must be up to Issa Tchiroma and the Cameroonian people to show that they are ready and willing to stand with the war or stand for what they want. We must stand for genuine reforms. We in PRAP, we stand for genuine reforms. We must be aggressive and provocative in telling the truth about what has happened to generate the type of political capital, even in diplomacy, to get the people of Cameroon their freedom. We will not accept false liberators. We will not accept false liberators. And we will not settle for anything less than true freedom and democracy. And that guides our recommendation. So if we put out recommendation of what needs to be done, and we see that the people are doing the right thing, the leaderships are doing the right thing, then we will put our weight behind it. So let us rally the people to push forward with courage. All the Cameroonian people, courage for you people. Courage pour tous les francophones. Let us make it clear that the future of Cameroon will be decided by its own people. The world have said so, and it should be so, because it is us, the Cameroonian people. And that is our thesis in PRAP. It is us. So we must be ready. Now the leadership is there. So we should be ready to do that. So I want us to watch the video of Issa Tchiroma and his speech to the nation. So this one, na message where Issa Tchiroma he done put them out for everybody. Wanna listen.
My dear compatriot, since the proclamation of falsified result, turn away from the truth of the ballot box by the Constitutional Council, our country has been going through unprecedented tension. The will of the people has been confiscated, the sovereignty of the people trampled upon. But this time, the people have risen, standing tall and strong, dignified and courageous. They said no to the confiscation of power. Across all regions, from the north to south, east to west, Cameroonians express themselves peacefully with the only weapon granted to them by the Constitution, their vote. Yet, this voice was met with the clash of weapons. Live bullet answered the song of freedom. Our parents, our children were cut down in the prime of their lives, and peaceful marches were turned into blind repression with profiling and brutality. Today, the provisional toll is heavy. Arbitrary arrest of political leaders, civil society actors, content creators, and thousands of demonstrators, hundreds of deaths and injuries, families plunged into mourning. recalling the traumatic episodes of 1984. While the people weep for their martyrs, those responsible for this tragedy shamelessly feast, displaying on social networks their cynicism and contempt for the people. In a viral video, the President of the Constitutional Council himself, in the intoxication of champagne, boasted of having secured the victory of the incumbent president. What a shame for our republic. But those who believe that fear will make us bow are gravely mistaken, because a people who have lost fear are a people who are invincible. Cameroonian, this climate of terror orchestrated to make us retreat. We will not give in. I therefore call on you from Monday, November 3, Wednesday, November 5, to observe Ghosttowns. Let the entire country come to a standstill so that the whole world knows that we are resisting and that we will not yield. Let us keep our shops closed, suspend our activities, remain at home in silence to demonstrate our solidarity and to remind this regime that the strength of an economy is its people, and the people no longer recognize it as their leader. Cameroonian people, the time is no longer for fear or division. Let us remain standing, united, proud, and in solidarity against those who, with Machiavellian cynicism, invoke peace while showing terror and continue to rule through misery and blood. Let us remain calm, yet determined. Let us remain dignified, yet unyielding. I repeat, our victory will never be stolen. I have taken a firm commitment never to betray you, and I will not fail. I will never betray you. I will never abandon you. This is the purpose of the rest of my life. Together, we will win this victory. May God...
Wow. Wow. That is the speech of a leader. The speech of a leader. So there will be Ghosttown of all Cameroon, civil disobedience, the whole of the country. That is powerful. He is doing everything we would imagine. Now we are going to see whether the Cameroonian government, from an Amazonian perspective, is going to be locking the shops of people in Yaoundé Douala for observing the Ghosttown. Let us see it. This is good. This is a powerful speech and a powerful idea pushed by Issa Tchiroma. Oh my goodness. This is one of the best political speeches I have ever heard from a Cameroon politician. Today, we have witnessed a turning point in Cameroon history that have impressed your own servant since past king. If somebody impressed me politically, then you should take note of that person. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It was touching my heart, every beat, every string. Issa Tchiroma's speech is unlike any we have ever heard before. In the landscape where so many leaders have fallen short, we have been looking for leaders. Look at this one, observe them, look at them, look at Fruni's idea, look at Joshua Osi, look at Akerimuna, look at Kawala, we have looked at all the leaders that have been in Cameroon. Look at Bello Buba. They have always been lacking of true democracy and have failed to really capture the heart of the people. But when you listen to this speech in particular of Issa Tchiroma, it is the most powerful, best speech that has been laid out. Issa Tchiroma stands out as a beacon of thoughtful, courageous leadership. No matter whatever you think about, he has stand out as a beacon of courageous leadership. He has called for a nationwide Ghosttown, a very bold move, starting from November the 3rd. This is very, very strategic, a move that is not just symbolic, but is deeply strategic. I would have wished it could have been more better that it is focused on Yaoundé in particular, because the Nordists have already stopped sending cows, and we'll advise them that is the best move. We must choke Yaoundé for the Yaoundé people to rise up at this critical moment, not in the long term, right now. Listening to the speech from A to Z, Issa Tchiroma have shown us a quality of democratic thoughtfulness that we have rarely seen in Cameroonian politicians, all of them, and courage, because you can have the wisdom, but you lack the courage and you lack the boldness. All of those things comes together. While we have admired people like John Fundi, Agbogbala, all of these people, Maurice Kamto, all of them, we have admired them, listening to their speech and their debate. But this speech of Issa Tchiroma marks a new pinnacle. It is comprehensive, it is well thought out, it reflects a leader who truly understands the pulse of Cameroonian people and how politics work and understand the landscape. So everybody of reasonable mind who love freedom, who love democracy, and want change in Cameroon should support Issa Tchiroma's move, and the Cameroonian people should indeed stand with him and listen to him and follow what he says. In Issa Tchiroma, we see the kind of intelligence and vision that we once glimpsed in leaders in Cameroon like Amadou Ahidjo, Nyobert, Ernest Nwani. I can see that spirit in Issa Tchiroma. I can see it. I can feel it. I can see it. He carries a true democratic spirit who feels our struggle and every struggle all across Cameroon and is willing to defend the dignity of Cameroon people. When he says all Cameroonian, north to south, west to east, I feel it in my body. And now, let us consider the strategy he has put out. From an activist perspective, let us consider it and push it to the Cameroon people. This Ghosttown is not just a statement. It is a tactic that Issa Tchiroma is deploying. I can only wonder the plan B or the follow-up plans that he has by calling on all Cameroon to stand still on this day, November 3rd, to cease all their economic activity and social activity and send a powerful message that cannot be ignored. The whole Cameroon should observe this and send the message. If we go further into what he's saying, if they could cut the supplies of food in Yaoundé, that is my recommendation. If they could make the price of Yaoundé of tomatoes, already fuels is going on, they should stop. There will be no soya, no boarding fish, no poisson braisé, no soya in Yaoundé. There is nothing people go to Yaoundé to do. That's why the first proposition of John Ngu Foncha and the delegation of Southern Cameroon was to change the capital of Cameroon to Douala. It was rejected by Amadou Ahidjo. We have 12 proposals that was made in Fumba. They were all rejected. Let them choke Yaoundé. Then the people of Yaoundé themselves will feel the pressure. They will not tolerate hunger. I know that for sure. Bulu Beti people, Mfang people, Eton, they will not support hunger. They will not tolerate skyrocket prices because only few of them are the kings. Actually, you look at their community, they are also suffering like all Cameroonians. And they will not tolerate it. Their eyes will open. At this critical moment, they will know that it is the regime that has brought them all to this point. And they will do the right thing and they will rise up. and the communities in Yaoundé also will rise up. So let us be very, very clear to everybody who listens to us and those who listen to the people who listen to us. It is a whole stream of network that this is what we have witnessed in Issa Tchiroma is activism, is the activism we have been waiting for, is the leadership we have been waiting for. This is leadership in its finest. Issa Tchiroma has shown us that he is not just another politician, that he is not just any type of politician. He is a leader who understands the sacrifices and science of politics. This is a bold move that requires real actions and coordination and support from every freedom lover. Everybody. I will be disappointed. I'm giving chances to all the political parties that participated in the election to jump in now and endorse this move. Maurice Kamto, if you had failed the Cameroon people, it is time for you to join in. And every Cameroonian, including Kawala, who is a wise woman, should join in. If we stand with Issa Tchiroma, if we support his initiative, we will choke the regime lifeline and force them to listen to the will of the Cameroonian people. It is going to force those who back the regime in France. They also have the conscience of the European Union to worry about, and the members of the G7 who are all observing what is happening in Cameroon. They have shame. Paul Biya may not have shame, but these people have shame. Issa Tchiroma will be peeing in his pants now. No, I'm sorry, not Issa Tchiroma. This is our guy from Bamenda. Paul Atanganji must be peeing in his pants. So let us make this move with determination. Let us show the world that Cameroonians will not be silent, that we will not accept fraudulent regime, fraudulent election result, and that we will follow a leader who truly understands our hunger for democracy. I want to use this opportunity to appeal on all diaspora organizations to throw their support to Issa Tchiroma's initiative and his leadership and to pay attention to him. We encourage all cultural groups abroad and home who are in relative freedom to speak with one voice so that the threat and intimidation from Paul Atanganji, which is meant to silence voices that magnify messages for it to be accepted on the grassroots, will not succeed. This is our moment. Together, we can make history. Together, if we stand strong, we will prevail. The people of Cameroon, November 3rd, we as Cameroonians all across the globe, we must show the world our resolve and determination for change. As Issa Tchiroma's powerful statement says, which I want to quote, "Let us turn our cities into silent streets of defiance. Let November 3rd be a day when we will remain at home, a day where we will boycott every activities to declare that we will no longer be ruled by a regime," I'm quoting him, "a regime that ignores our voices." This is a quote from Issa Tchiroma, a direct quote, exactly what he said. That is powerful. I totally endorse, I totally support this move by Issa Tchiroma. In this call, we see echoes of great liberators like Nelson Mandela, who appeals to the heart of every South African. Nelson Mandela was not a member of the SCNC. Nelson Mandela was not a member of any of those groups, but somebody who struggled to raise his head for his people. We see somebody who understands true leadership, what true leadership means. So we welcome Issa Tchiroma's statement. We believe he's doing the right thing. We are obligated to support it. Despite every consequences, we have to support it because it stands for true democracy. We stand for democracy and human rights. And we stand for peaceful advocacy, which is what he is doing. We have to show unyielding resistance against dictatorship and things that destroy humanity and human rights. Issa Tchiroma's vision is not just about a single day of protest. It's about igniting a movement that taps into the spirit of freedom in the heart of every Cameroonian. Every Cameroonian dream of freedom. Every Cameroonian dream of democracy. to have their right to vote, to have the right that every Canadian, every American, every European, every South African to the extent enjoys. That is all we want. We don't seek violence. We don't seek confrontation. We want freedom. Just as Nelson Mandela inspired South Africans to envision a future free from apartheid, Issa Tchiroma is inspiring us today to see a Cameroon where democracy is real and the people's will are honored and respected. That is very important. I want to drive this message, re-emphasize it as much as I can so that you get the point. We have long waited for a leader. We have long waited for a long time for a leader. Me in particularly. We have waited for a leader who not only understand the mechanics of political change, but also feels the heartbeat of the people and love freedom for Cameroon more than themselves. We see that in Issa Tchiroma. Issa Tchiroma have done exactly that. And now he calls for us to stand united. That is the call he made. He called of all of us to stand united. Let all Cameroonians stand united at home and abroad. All organizations, all NGOs, all civil society, all community groups, all diaspora, all artists. It takes the whole society to do it. For us in PRAP, we are doing it. God bless you all.